Ryan Coogler is smart. He's a smart man. To include Denzel Washington in this, that's a very smart play. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's something that's going to help him improve as a director. Not just because you're going to be working with the greatness of Denzel Washington, the actor, but Denzel Washington is a director too. Now, Denzel says he's going to be retiring from acting, but I still think he's going to be directing. He didn't say he's retiring from directing. All right. You look at the movies that Ryan Coogler has directed, and a common theme that's disliked amongst me and some of my peers, well, a lot of my peers, is that how the character of the father is portrayed. Now, you take Fruitvale Station, okay, that's based off of a true story. All right, but I did think that Michael B. Jordan as the dad, I thought he was a good father in that movie. I thought he was just a good character in that movie. But him and his kid's mother, they wasn't married. All right. But you don't change that if it's based off a true story just for the sake to do that in there. You could, but all right, I understand that. With Creed, so they set it up to where Adonis is Apollo's out of wedlock child, despite the fact it had already been established in the Rocky universe that Apollo has a son and a daughter by his wife, him and his wife. Why they didn't go that route? You could have altered the age thing. Nobody would have cared, you know? And it's like, or you could have made it seem like, hey, you know what? Before he died, his wife was pregnant, and that's child number three. And what that would have made it would have been more of a unified family movie, I think. I just think it was unnecessary how they set up Adonis because Apollo was already married. Okay, so it's like, and he was a very honorable man, whatever, in the Rocky universe, and it's like they dishonored that. I felt, and it's like that. Didn't like that. They wouldn't do that to Rocky. Do not like that. You know, did not like that at all. Okay, now we fast forward to Black Panther. They have T'Challa. He had T'Challa have a child out of wedlock. Nakia didn't want to marry him. She didn't. She said that. So why have them have a child? And besides, he's married to Storm in the comics. And they have a child. Okay, so you disrespected the whole T'Challa didn't have a child until he was married. That's in the comics. You disrespected that. Dislike that. Now, you take a look at Denzel Washington. You look at the the black fathers in his movies. You go look at Antoine Fisher. Denzel Washington plays the father in there. Okay, him and his wife. I think they have a child in there. Yeah, and strong, noble, military man, mentor to Antoine Fisher's character. Then you look at the great debaters. You see Forrest Whitaker's in there, family man, strong black family man. Um, Denzel Washington's character. I got to go back and rewatch the Great Debaters. I don't. Was he married in that movie? I'm not sure, but he wasn't a dishonorable person, or I thought his character was carried. It portrayed a strong black man. Okay, educated black man. Now, Journal for Jordan. Michael B. Jordan's character, father, husband, very noble, very honorable man. You know, um, these are the opposite of how Ryan Coogler has portrayed black fathers or the husband in his movies. And a lot of times they say we write and direct based on what's our experience and stuff. So okay, I mean, Ryan Coogler still made good movies. No movie is perfect. It's always gonna have holes in it. No matter that you can call out the greatest movie you ever seen, and I could find holes in it. As great as the Titanic was, there's still a bunch of holes in that movie. Like so many holes. If you mention all the holes that are in that movie, the Titanic will sink quicker. All right. But with Denzel being an experienced director as well, and being Denzel Washington, I think what he's going to add to Black Panther 3, he's going to add the same ingredients that Chadwick Boseman added in a bit. Chadwick Boseman, he studied as a director to become a director at Howard University. Okay, learned that from my boy Theo Butler from I Ain't Saying, I'm Just Saying on his channel. So check that out. You can find a lot of knowledge about Chadwick Boseman on that channel. Okay, because he's a fan of Chadwick. I'm a fan of him too, but he knows a lot. He studied up on him, so go check him out. But Chadwick Boseman, what I've learned is that on the set of Black Panther, the first Black Panther movie, he helped Ryan Coogler come up with the accents, with the dialogue, with certain scenes on how he thinks T'Challa should be portrayed. And the thing about it is, when you're Ryan Coogler, you're not gonna accept a lot of input from just anybody. You know, he respected Chadwick because not just because Chadwick is Chadwick Boseman, but based on what Chadwick has done. You know what I'm saying? And so he was able to be like, okay, yeah, all right. So it was more of a collaborative thing. You know, you can go look this up. Before Chadwick Boseman died, Ryan Coogler, he sent the script for Black Panther 2 to Chadwick Boseman for him to read and go over. You know, everybody doesn't do that. So that goes to show you the amount of professional respect that he has with him as far as their collaborative efforts. And that's why I say Wakanda Forever, they did the best they could without their superstar. Okay. A lot of the things that we disliked about Wakanda Forever would not have occurred had Chadwick Boseman been alive, because his input would have been provided. Imagine if Chadwick Boseman did read the script and provided notes before he had passed. I think that would have enhanced the movie. But from my understanding, everything happened so quick, didn't get a chance to read it. Okay. Denzel Washington, he knows the game. He knows all this stuff. I don't know how much of comic lore Denzel Washington knows, but I do know that that's Denzel Washington. I compare this to, let's see, football wise, you know, you have situations where you have an offensive minded head coach. All right. Offensive minded head coach. But defense is not his forte. So he hires one of the best defensive coordinators to be his coach, to be his defensive coach. It's almost like, take another Denzel movie, Remember the Titans. Coach Boone, Denzel Washington's character, he's great at offense. And the other coach, all right, played by Will Patton, all right, he was a great defensive coach. Both of them are great head coaches. All right. But Will Patton's character, he didn't get the head coaching job. Denzel Washington's character did. But they combine their specialties. It's like, hey, Denzel Washington, Coach Boone, I specialize in offense. Will Patton's character, he specialized in defense. That's why we remember the Titans. Because that offense and that defense was so goddamn lethal. Okay. You saw what they got from that. So with this, Denzel's expertise, I'm not saying he's going to say the exact same things Chadwick Boseman would say, but I do feel like it's a great opportunity to have someone like Denzel on set with him, with the common denominator to make this the best movie that they can possibly make it. Once again, I have no idea what role Denzel is going to play, but I hope whatever role it is, it's a heavily impacted role, because it's coming full circle. There is no Black Panther without Denzel Washington. There is no Black Panther without Denzel Washington. Not my words, the Chadwick Boseman words. Outside of that, the only other reason I could think of on why Denzel would be starring in a Black Panther movie is because the first Black Panther movie, you had the actor Denzel Whitaker in there. He played a young Zuri. Now, Forrest Whitaker was in that movie as well, and he was the older version of Zuri. So it only makes sense. You have an actor that was in the first one named Denzel Whitaker. You got to get Denzel Washington somewhere in one of these movies. I don't know, but anyways, yeah, that concludes my thoughts on this for right now. But I think having him on there, yeah, it's gonna be very impactful. You know, hopefully they'll figure out a way to bring Angela Bassett back in there. I don't know, deal with some type of multiverse thing. I don't know. Like I say, but having Denzel on there, that, and who knows, like Denzel as a director, that's a whole wealth of knowledge, man. Think about all the directors he's worked with, man. Ridley Scott, Spike Lee. Oh my goodness, man. A lot of directors. So, Antoine Fuqua, you know, that alone, that's just a wealth of knowledge. And I think Black Panther 3 has the potential to be Ryan Coogler's greatest movie ever, possibly. And I say that based on growth. The older we get, the better you want to become wiser. And like I said, man, the fact that what they had going against them, no Chadwick Boseman, shot during COVID, you're still grieving. I'm not saying they're not grieving now, but you still, it's a lot fresher. And you know what? On that phase, was that phase 4? I would say that movie came right behind is my ranking in phase 4. I would say that movie there is after I know it's Guardians of the Galaxy 3 part of phase 4. If Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is part of phase 4 with Wakanda Forever, then I'll put Wakanda Forever second behind Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And that's without their franchise player. Once again, it's the 93-94 Bulls. Michael Jordan retired. Second round playoffs, game 7, got eliminated by the Knicks. Still a successful season because nobody expected them to even get that far. But it wasn't a championship. Black Panther, the second one, did not make a billion. Falls short of that. So that's all I have for that. Tell me what y'all think about the impact that Denzel Washington may have on Ryan Coogler and on Black Panther 3. Think it's going to be a good impact or a negative impact? Share your thoughts. And hey, you like movies, you like sports, that means you like me. So hit that like and subscribe button. Student in the Game Podcast.